and today we are going to have a tutorial about burning loose incense. There are traditional ways that this is done. Typically you use a vessel that represents the element of earth. In this case what we have is a 2 billion year old fossilized bivalve shell, which was collected in a green belt here in Austin. You use a feather or fan to move the smoke through the air, and that represents the element of air or wind. We will be burning some of the blood moon incense, which was part of October's apothecary share from La Botánica. The blood moon incense contains patchouli, dragon's blood, pomegranate, and white sage. And we'll talk about what each of those herbs are for. The patchouli has really long been used as a type of spirit honoring scent. This is a tradition that has traveled across Asia and into Europe as well as Northern Africa. And it is also associated with opening oneself to receive divine mystery. So that's why it was so popular in the 60s and 70s in the US. Dragon's blood is also associated with mysticism. There is a beautiful place that is a cult that's devoted to dragon's blood and dragon's blood resin and harvesting dragon's blood, which is in Yemen on an island. And it comes from a tree. It's very, very beautiful. It's lovely when it burns. The white sage is traditional in this country among indigenous peoples as a way of purifying the self, purifying the home, and as an offering of gratitude to all attending spirits. And the pomegranate peel was locally harvested right down the street, actually, from where we're shooting this. And it is a traditional autumn plant, very associated with descent into the underworld, as in the story of Persephone. So the blood moon is in the sign of Aries, and it is a very intense, very stormy, very active moon that often kind of stirs up courage and questions about the year that's coming. The sun is in the sign of Libra now, and the moon always appears when it is full in the opposite sign. So with the sun in Libra, we're experiencing a sense of balance and harmony, but the full moon in Aries sparks against that, like flint and steel, and creates a certain sense of energy and zest and vigor that will carry us into the autumnal months. This is the way that the incenses come in your apothecary share every month. I do a different lunar incense blend for every moon. This one, the full moon is on October 18th, 2013. The next one, November 17th, I believe, is the morning moon. And we were formulating that incense this morning, putting it all together. It's actually already been formulated, but we were putting it together. The morning moon in the sign of Taurus is often associated with the rise of sorrowful feelings. And so we've put together a really lovely incense that will help to brighten your spirits. Here's what you're going to do. This is the most important part of the charcoal, and this is where some people sometimes slip up. You need to get it going. It'll start to spark like that. But before you put any material onto the charcoal, you need to have these little sparks kind of moving across the entire body of the charcoal. So you'll be able to see that they're starting to make their way across, even after you take the flame away. I will often get impatient and go from the other side to get them to meet in the middle, which is kind of beautiful and exciting. And the sparks, they do fly and hit your hands, and you get a little burnt, but it's a worthy sacrifice for ritual work. And set this down here. The other thing to keep in mind is that it's important that your vessel be something that can really stand up to a lot of heat, because this will, even this very thick, very ancient shell will heat all the way through. And you want to make sure you don't scorch your tabletops or anything. So now I'm going to start by just dropping a little bit of that incense. You can see those patchouli leaves and bark, some of the white sage. As you can see, there's quite like a cloud that comes up from this. It's pretty intense. This is a way to like really get a lot of smoke. That's why they use this method in the Catholic Church in the censer. The censers that people walk swinging on the chains are packed with a combination of burning charcoal and usually resin material, frankincense and myrrh and such. So either toward you or away from you to bless your home or bless any objects. Behind me we have this wonderful altar for the season of the dead. And we can bless that with our incense smoke. And that's the Blood Moon Incense tutorial from La Botánica. You can go to our website, www.tridentata.com, for more information about La Botánica and our offerings to the community. Thank you.